Hello folks, just a very quick video. Right, I do not believe that the Glazers will sell United. I think it's very unlikely. Well, put it this way. Unless they are incredibly poor businessmen, which I don't think they are, because, okay, they're not running great businesses that the communities can be proud of, but they're making huge amounts of money, and that's what they see as important. Doing this deal in a way that's taken ages is silly, because if you want to leave, if you want to sell the club and go away and do other things, then you need that money to go and do those things anyway, if you're planning to do other things, that is. But if you want to leave, then why do you want to muck around? Well, so if you're trying to sell a house and you've got a buyer who's offering you more, why would you make the process last longer unless you really didn't want to sell? So, yeah. I think it's obvious that they really don't want to sell. If an offer came in that was too good to refuse, then, yeah, they would have sold. But they think the offer that came in isn't too good to refuse, because they think with these new competitions, they're doing a sort of World Cup for clubs, aren't they? That sort of thing. In the future, that's what they're looking at. And so the owners of Man United think that's going to bring a ton of money, which is money for them. So, and it's going to make the club more valuable. So therefore, they're thinking that maybe they could get an extra 3 million in 2 years' time, so 9 million, if they just hold on. Yeah. Which, yeah, I don't know. Can they? I've no idea. But an awful lot of fans are going to be unhappy because, yeah. Like recently, they put it out in the papers that they are thinking about not selling yet, about maybe waiting a few years and put the club back on. I think they did that to see what the response would be. Just put it out in the papers. And the response wasn't good. But it wasn't bad enough for them to decide, okay, we won't do that. And so, yeah, they've already given a warning of what they're going to do, and so I think when they decide they won't actually sell, that they're going to wait. I don't think the response is going to be that bad, because I think they've already had that. They've already had that downturn because of that, and I don't think fans are going to be willing to do what it takes. Well, because, again, wisdom will be needed for that, and I don't think most football fans have an awful lot of that. Yeah, they react more emotionally rather than, through wisdom. And, well, because there's passion involved. So, yeah. So there you go. I think this time next month, the month after, this time next year, I think the owners of will be the Glazers still. I don't think they're going to sell. I don't think they're that bad in business to be mucking up a sale so badly. So I think they're just biding their time before they say no. Of course, they looked at the issue with Ratcliffe, because obviously Ratcliffe was saying that they can stay, and as they really want to stay, that was an interesting option. But as he was talking about buying out their shares in 2 years, I don't think they were too interested in that being the case, because it got complicated, I think, his deal. Because there was a lot of things that, what happens if there's a vote on things? Does Ratcliffe have the power, or do the Glazers? And so there would have been all that to sort out, and it just would have made it complicated. I think what they want is investment, because then they can improve the stadium. because apparently the stadium is in quite a mess. So they need to spend a lot of money on that. Yeah, a couple of billion possibly. So yeah, they need a heck of a lot of investment, and then the problem is that investment is going to go on to the books of Man United as debt. So yeah, that isn't good. But let's see what happens, because yeah, I think they do want investment because of the fact that otherwise anyone coming in to buy the club has got to look at the point of they're going to have to replace the stadium or spend $2 billion on the stadium anyway. So that's going to come off the price that they're going to give the Glazers, isn't it? So if the Glazers even spend $500 million on the stadium to make it look good, even though underneath it's still a pile of rubbish, yeah, that may actually help them to get more money. And so I think that's probably what they're looking at also doing. And so that's why, thinking about relisting it in a couple of years, it would take them a couple of years to actually get the stadium back up to a reasonable standard. So yeah, there are a lot of possibilities as to what they're going to do, but selling is very unlikely now. So there you go. You take care. God bless. I'll speak to you soon. Bye bye.